So process yacho, it's fascinating yekuti song inogadzirwa sei. I'm sure you would be curious to know kuti ma-adlibs anoiswa sei. It's quite funny actually, kunzwa munhu ari mubooth just alone achisama yeah mjolo chaiyo chaiyo. Inini, I'm a testimony. Of course I'm not an artist, but as a music producer pandakambosangana neheartbreak ndakaita 4 straight days ndisina kubata laptop because I felt like ndikabata project remunhu in this phase of heartbreak hapana chinobuda ipapapa. So paka paycheck kangu kekutanga I bought a PC because yandaishandisa yanga yakatyoka mahandles. So it's quite simple actually. Artists come into the studio to record music. They sit on the couch, they talk, they vent, and they celebrate their wins with us. And sometimes I'm a relationship counselor, where sessions get deep. So yeah, I'm gonna be your host. Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome to the producer's couch. Yes, Baba, this is the couch. And this is where songs are born and where those dreams are recorded to become those music notes that you like. So I'm gonna be sitting here on the couch with your favorite artists, and they're gonna be saying the things that they don't say in interviews. So make sure you lock in. And I'm your host, Reactive Beats, or if you wanna be formal, you can call me Ranga. Yeah, so I'm a music producer, I'm a beat maker as well, and sometimes I'm a relationship counselor, where sessions get deep. So yeah, I'm gonna be your host. So what is the producer's couch, if you may ask? Of course, you're curious to know, Guti, what is this guy even gonna be talking about, or what is this podcast gonna be about? So it's quite simple actually. Artists come into the studio to record music. They sit on the couch, they talk, they vent, and they celebrate their wins with us. Vachitaura kuti milestones avakasvika nawo ndeapi. And of course, each and every journey of an artist has got its own struggles. So they're gonna be sharing those struggles with us, so that an upcoming artist out there can take down a few notes ekuti kana akazosangana the same challenge anokwanisa overcome that challenge say. So we are gonna be talking about izvozvozvo. Yeah, of course an average fan might want to know kuti how did an artist become a superstar like he or she is today. So everything is gonna be talked about, just raw emotions, raw energy, pasina ma scripts ekunyepirana, like they'll be relaxed and they'll be talking from the heart. And there's one thing that I realized actually, that my conversations that I'll be having here, they are straight from the heart and it's raw energy. So I was like, why not bring you into the studio panenge pachirekodwa my songs, so that you can also be a part of the music production process. You can get one or two things, you can get inspired. Yeah. So now let me tell you a little story about me, how I came to be a music producer like I am today. It just didn't start like overnight. It didn't. And a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. That's the story of my life as well. So in Ini, I started making beats in 2021 during the lockdown. I had just finished my upper six. Yeah. So I was on the A break. And then I was like, let me try to learn how to make beats. Because I was an artist for like 6 years. kubva form 1 kusvika form 6. So I was like, let me learn how to make beats for myself, so that handizonetse producer kana ndaenda studio trying to explain that, can you make such and such a type of beat for me asiri kunzwisisa. So I wanted to make beats for myself, and then indobva ndati, how do music producers make beats. I made my research, and FL Studio was the software that I came across. And then ndatanga nema YouTube tutorials 24/7. I was indoors making music. Vamwe vachita mujolo nei. I was just indoors making my own stuff, learning how to make a beat from scratch. And my very first beat was Afro. It was an Afro beat. It wasn't that bad actually. Ndakatoti when I had done making it, ndobva ndatonzwisa mudhara naplus tichitobvawo chechi mumota, ndikati imbonzwa ichi beat randagadzira iri tichitobvawo chechi. And then they were like, wow, this is good. And it's your first beat. They were actually surprised. I was actually surprised myself. So ndopa zvakatangira 2021, and then 2022 it was the same. I was sharpening my skill making beats. I wasn't yet selling any beats because I was still sort of like an amateur. Then that part 1 per use it. And then part 2, it was the same. There was 2023. I was still making beats. And then 2024, that's when I started making beats. That's when I started selling them. Dandapa attachment. So paka paycheck kangu kekutanga, I bought a PC because ndaishandisa yanga yakachikoka maendos. Ndaitoisupporta nemadziro. And then ndibva ndatenga a PC. And the second thing that I bought were my headphones, my studio headphones. I still have those today. Akadura singaiti, so I had to like sacrifice. And then pandakazopedza attachment, ndanda guaranteed kuti mabeats aya they can take me somewhere. I was selling them online as well, pama platforms akaita se BeatStars. And part final, that was 2024 in March. Not 2024, sorry, 2025 in March. That's when I decided, let me open up a studio. Maybe I might make an extra buck since ndandani clientele. And then March yakatofamba zvakanaka, ndikatoita maclients angu. March, April, May, June, 4 months semester ndiri use it ndani nestudio mo use it on campus. And then July padakazopedza chikoro, I moved out. Ndobva ndatangoita zvestudio July, August, September, October, November, December, just making beats, and consistency was key for me. Ndobva ndavhura channel yangu yandaisa ma remixes, in as much as you want to like produce only for artists, you would also want to make stuff that's consumable by an average person. But then, so I had to remix my songs just for fun, but TikTok, chi. So up to this day, that's where I am, remixing music, stuff like that. Yeah, so that's my story. It's not that deep, but yeah, that's the story. So why the couch, if you may ask? Why would I consume the content in Engage Budapa, the producer's couch? It's simple as well. My artist anenge achitaura zvinhu zviri raw, like vanenge vari relaxed, vachinyatso feel at home. The studio is also a home to an artist, if you didn't know. So process yacho, it's fascinating. Yekuti song inogadzirwa sei. I'm sure you would be curious to know kuti ma ad-libs anoiswa sei. It's quite funny actually. Kunzwa munhu ari mubooth just alone achisama yeah. Saka the process, it's quite fascinating, and it's funny sometimes. Like kuti munhu anotanga aine idea musoro, ingori ma lyrics, ingori scattered about, pasina kana any beat, kuti song iyoyo kuti izonzi yapera. The process itself, I'm still fascinated kuti even panotobuda song ndoti munhu angambozvifunga sei. So you're gonna be part of the process yekuti song toigadzira from scratch togadzira nebeat racho. So muchange muchiwitnessa the magic. It's a nice process if you ask me. It's a wonderful feeling kuona song ichigadzirwa patsva chaipo chaipo, especially song yekuti it's gonna be a hit song. You'll be like, I was there payaigadzirwa and ndaitoiona. So yeah, that's why I would highly recommend The Couch. And sometimes the conversations are gonna get brutally honest, and they're gonna get sort of like emotional as well, because some artists will be venting. So when someone is venting, you should expect anything, like emotions could arise, because mwanenge achitaura a story yekuti akabva kupi. So some of the stories will be quite emotional. So make sure to brace yourself, grab a tissue, grab your favorite popcorn. Yeah. So sit back and you relax and you're gonna enjoy the show. Okay, so what are we gonna be talking about? Zakawanda. We're gonna be talking about my relationships and how they affect music. Mjolo chayo, inini, I'm a testimony. Of course, I'm not an artist, but as a music producer, pandakambosanga ni heartbreak. Ndakaita 4 straight days ndisina kubata laptop, because I felt like ndikabata project remunhu in this phase of heartbreak apana chinobuda ipapapa. So same applies to an artist. My relationship issues anto affect chayo pakugadzirwa kwemusic. So we're gonna be talking about how actually do they affect. And we are also gonna be talking about the scams in the music industry. My scams akawandisa. You might get someone who be impersonating a big artist or tauro ashamar pada collabo na manager wake ndiano kuapproach pada collabo na ningi senda mari yakati few auye izvezvi titorwa studio session. So these are some of the things that we are going to be talking about as well. And nyaya imwe iri kupisa yemazuva ano yatichataura nezvayo, it's about royalty splits, copyright issues. Because mazuva ano wakungonzwa kuti song yaningi it's no longer on YouTube. Why? Yabviswa because maybe producer angasinopiwa royalties ake, or artist angasinopiwa royalties ake pavakafeature. So we are gonna be talking about those royalty splits as well. Inyaya inenge ichinakidza usingaite. So my artists, they are gonna be sharing their views on kuti panoitwa collabo paipe chii chinechamboitika, vanosainirana chii, and royalties acho anouya in the form of art cash here, munhu anouya ne like inoiswa iri swipe here. They are gonna tell us my artists are mu industry, and those are upcoming as well. Because nyaya dzemari dziri kwese, whether you're an upcoming artist or you are an established artist, at the end of the day mari inozongodiwa yezvawakashandira. So they're gonna be sharing that with us. Yeah, we are also gonna be talking about my conflicts between the artist and the music producer when it comes to making the beat itself. Kuti artist anenge atori neview yake, producer ine view yake, mukaona maita come to an agreement, a stable ground, panenge patomboshandwa, especially if you come across an artist wekuti anenge akatohuma musoro kudhara, it becomes an issue as well. So we are going to be talking about the conflicts that arise from the artist and the music producer disagreements. And Shakari, we're also going to be talking about the struggles of an already established artist, because in as much as they are famous, vatoro nema challenges avainawo pama promoter, pama studio sessions, na producer wavo, nema fans avo, nema bloggers. They're gonna be sharing my struggles. And you're gonna be in this room with us. And I also noticed one thing as well, that the artists come into the studio with a lot of baggage. It could be my emotions, it could be ego. They come with all of that. So you're gonna get to witness all of that as well. Because vanhu vakawanda vanouya nezvakawanda zvinenge zvichivaremera mustudio sessions kuti izonzi yaita hit song. Yeah, there will be a lot behind that. Saka, you're also gonna be witnessing all of that. So the producer's couch, it's not a boardroom or an interview panel where like things will be serious. Like the interviewers will be like, told us really serious, get straight to the point. We want to save time. Nah, it's not an interviewing panel. So the artist will be relaxed. He will be sharing with us, and when someone is relaxed, they tend to tell the truth. Ndosaka muchiona vanhu vanenge vari under the custody of the police paanenge asungwa paipai anopiwa tea otobvunzwa kunzi do you want snacks, because vanenge vachida kuti relax. Once they relax uchangoburitsa masecrets. So the artist will be relaxed, so therefore there is not going to be any room for fake energy. It will be just the truth. Okay, so I have one message to an upcoming artist out there. If you are trying to get into the game, you want the fame and all that, you want people to hear your music, you have to know one thing. Of course, talent is king, but discipline is key. Let me repeat that one. In terms of music, talent is king, but discipline is key. What do I mean by this? Of course, you might have the talent, uchitogonoimba vocal rako rakapenga ungera Michael Jackson, but if you don't know how to carry yourself, apana chinombobuda. Maybe the way yaunoconducta nayo maningirikini, like collabos and all that, ndiye munhu anoganza, une ego and all that, but talent utori nayo, no one will want to work with you. Even the managers vakatoona kuti munhu anonetsa, anoda kuzvisa pastereki, no one will want to work with you. You'll be boycotted. Zvekuti manager ningi panozoda kuzokutora, you would try to investigate the reason why usisashande the previous manager. Saka kana akangoziva izvozvo kuti aungori rude kana kuti hayo unotonetsa zvako, anotokusiya, you'll be boycotted. Zonzi ida ningi asina manager is because haana discipline. Also nyaya yema-drugs as well, coming into the studio utori under the influence of alcohol. You have the talent, but once wapinda mubooth uri drunk, hapana chinobuda. Of course, vamwe they say they work best under the influence, but haasi munhu wese. You are not everyone, you are not that person. But just in general, kungouya mubooth ungori zvauri, not under the influence of anything, just you, I feel like talent rako you can use it to the max, because unengonyatsouri mood chaiyo. So my main point, takeaway point is talent is key to success. Even kuchikoro, I think you'd notice kuti there was someone aigona chikoro zvekutodaro but achinetsa stereki ukatozotsvaga kuti munhu kuuniversity akazoita sei because anga ane freedom you'd find kuti maybe he dropped out or he started doing zvema-drugs nei achifungidzira kuti pamwe is clever than the lecturer. So you might be talented, but just know this, kana usina discipline hapana chinombobuda. That talent will go to waste. Kuma sports even, it's everywhere. Music is there. Saka, yeah, that's my message to the upcoming artist out there. And then for the music producer out there, for the upcoming music producer out there, I also have a message for you. Don't just make beats. You have to understand one thing. only one thing, and that's your client. You have to understand what the artist wants. You get it? Saka kuti uzonzi you've satisfied the audience, because the audience is the client is the audience. Munhu anoteerera music, munhu anoimba. Saka you have to understand that person. Azvibatsira kuti artist ewa nesong yayo iri kutaura chinhu chiri simple kuti apapa pamwe beat ngarisatange ngarisatange riri rakatochaja ritori nemadrums pesi ngaritange richita zviri gradual, and then you'll be like, wangu inini I've been in the music industry for quite a long time, bro. You can't know everything, kawangu. Even one kana 10 years uri mugame haufi waziva zvese and haufi wagona zvese. So you have to understand the people, understand the client as well, and don't stop making beats. I repeat, never ever 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 stop. You might feel like my producer awandisa. My producer awandisa. There are many producers out there, but there are also many artists out there who want new things, who want creative stuff. So an artist kashoma kuti angoita fofa ne one producer. They want different hands, because even if there are 3 different types of hip-hop music producers, those 3 people, they produce vakanzigadzira beat rinoenderana nesong iyi. Let's say kuti munhu auya nesong yake akati ndoda kuti song iyi isirwe beat, vanhu 3 vakanzi munhu yega yega ngagadzire beat apa apafi pabuda chinhu chakafanana. So nyaya yangu iri pakuti zvone craft rinosiyana. Never ever think kuti the market is saturated, saka kuti ndazowana clientele. Just make sure you're doing your creative process in your way, in the way that you feel like papa change rukunakidza. Just do you, and eventually you find munhu anonakirwa neart rako. Because inini pandakatangowana maclients, I was like, vanhu vari kuzorekodhera mucampus, let me use it. Hakuna here mamwe mastudios out there akatowanda even ugeto kwao. At one time I had one person who came all the way from Marondera. I was like, from Marondera muna mastudio, even Harare muna mastudio, but munhu ari kuuya kunengirikeni kustudio yangu ndiri upcoming artist. Saka nyaya ingoripo pakuti zveni kana uri music producer usafunga kuti the market is saturated. There is always gonna be that one guy achanakirwa necraft rako, and that one guy is gonna turn into 2 guys, it's gonna turn into 3 guys, 4 guys, and the next thing you know it, you're big. So just be consistent in your craft. Now that you have a glimpse of the producer's couch, let me tell you what's coming next. Like in the next episode, what are we gonna be talking about exactly? So I'm gonna be having my first guest with me, and we're gonna be sitting on the couch right now on Ripachi, but the next time that you're gonna tune in to our channel, you're gonna see me with a guest, and we are gonna be talking about their first studio experience. Like vakaenda unorekodera kupi, how was the experience, how was the producer, vakasangana nechallenge ipi, song yacho vanga vanyora padeni here, or they went to the studio vasina chavainacho. You know, it's gonna be quite interesting. And we also gonna be asking them kuti vazosvika pavari vakanyatsozvifambisa sei as well, and my struggles avakasangana navo. They're also gonna be telling us about the worst session that they have ever had. Of course, munhu wese ane worst experience yaakambosangana nayo, maybe to like a service provider yaakasangana nayo. Because as a music producer, I provide services. So I'm a service provider. So we're gonna be asking them, what's the worst session that they have ever had? The music industry is not perfect. Unosangana nevanhu vari rude, vanhu vanoganza, vanhu vasinganzwisise. So they're gonna be telling us about the worst sessions or session, maybe one, maybe akawanda, that they have ever had. they're also gonna be telling us about that one song Yavakano recorded, but they almost didn't release, or they didn't release it all, but they felt like song yaigona toita hit but vakanoitinya vachatiudza nezvemasongs iwayo. And also they're gonna be telling us about how they were inspired to write one of their masterpieces. Every artist has got that one song that they would say vakasanga nayo what song I don't know kuti ndakainyora zvanyatsoita sei, kuti asina ndanyatsogarwa nasekuru wangu aita zvekuimba kana, because I would never make such a song yakapenga kudaio. Every artist has got that one song, that one masterpiece. Vachatiudza kuti what's that one song iyoyo. So make sure you tune in, usasaririre shamari. You'd want to know kuti music producer na artist chemistry yavo yakanyatsomira sei, kuti like what's the soul between the artist and the music. Because music, in as much as inongogadzirwa and all that, I feel like music, it's spiritual. I don't know, maybe it's just me, maybe it's me, it's not you, but I feel like music, it is spiritual. So that connection between the music and the artist, we want to see where it is. Okay, so for today, that's all. I'm sure you now have a glimpse of what the producer's couch is. If you're watching there at home, at work, wherever you are, and you're on YouTube, make sure to subscribe, guys. It's Elzeng TV down below, and on TikTok, it's Reactive_beats. Make sure to check us out, guys. There's gonna be a lot of content that's gonna be dropped on those pages, down below. Thank you, guys. Until next time, love you all. Peace.